Hey legends, let's cut through the noise. You're sharp, you've built something meaningful, and people see you as a strong, values-led leader. But somewhere between the Zoom calls and putting out fires with your team and trying not to fall off the roller coaster, you started saying yes when your gut instinct was screaming no, and in some cases, run. You've smiled in meetings when you knew something was BS and everything in you said it was BS, yet you stayed loyal to decisions that no longer aligned to you, right? Because they looked good on paper, they ticked the boxes and kept moving things along. You felt it, right? That weird tension in your chest and the energy drain that no cold plunge could fix. And this simply isn't fatigue. This is what happens when you abandon your gut, what's meaningful to you, and keep the machine running. So today we're talking about something most leaders don't always feel comfortable admitting out loud. And we're going to run through quite a few ways that many leaders gaslight their intuition and the truth on the other side of that. So what actually happens when you ignore your intuition and betray your integrity, and why no amount of mindset hacks or nervous system rituals will save you from the slow implosion that follows. And I'll show you how that plays out in real life and how we use 5-pit inner resilience compass to walk leaders back to their core, not to make them find ways to kind of trick their body and mind into feeling okay about going against their core values, nor to make them complacent, but to make them dangerously clear on how they choose to operate in life and to live from that. And here's how doing this offers you internal freedom. So let's get into it. And I've coached founders, CEOs, and coaches who looked unshakable from the outside, but were unraveling in private. They knew the truth long before things broke down, but didn't act on it, because trusting your gut often feels riskier than maintaining the illusion of control. And they told themselves a pattern of, it's just a rough patch. It's probably just me overthinking. I should be grateful it's just working. And meanwhile, they were compromising, right? Quietly, repeatedly, and eventually resentfully, until one day everything they were trying to hold together, their team, their drive, their clarity, their self-integrity, felt like a house of cards. And I get it. I've overridden my own gut too, more than once. Didn't end well. So, because every time you ignore your inner intuition, you chip away at your own self-rapport and disempower your internal compass. So let's talk about what's really going on here. Most leaders are taught to be strategic, to be logical, to be measured, to be professional, but not to be honest with themselves. So they become excellent at managing people, deadlines, operations, and absolute amateurs at managing their truth within. And here's how this plays out. You agree to things that make you feel sick inside. You're emotionally exhausted after all the, countless harmless meetings that you've got booked into your schedule. Your team senses the tension, but no one names it. You feel stuck in a version of success that no longer fits you, right? The external machine is running, but the internal compass is completely overwhelmed and exhausted. So how do we fix this? We don't go slapping a mindset band-aid on it. We go straight into the fire and rebuild from your core. And here's how the 5-pit inner resilience compass helps you do that. Integrity. We strip it down to what's true for you and what's not. You start telling the truth again to yourself first and then to others. And that's realignment, right? It clears out so much noise and it feels like a full system upgrade. Trust. If you've ignored your gut long enough, you will stop trusting it. 5-pit inner resilience compass helps you rebuild that trust, not by adding new tools, but by reconnecting you to your internal intuition and backing it with action. Energy. Living out of alignment is one of the most expensive things you'll ever do. We identify where you're leaking energy, the yeses you shouldn't have given, the silence that's been eating at you, and we clean it up fast. This is about emotional clarity that fuels everything else. And when you operate from this place, your leadership sharpens, your presence deepens, and you stop carrying around hundreds of layers of emotional weight that were never yours to begin with.